Hello, welcome to the Rich and Simple Living. My name's Maria, and if you're new here, I mainly vlog video about homeschooling, home life, a bit of urban, homestead, and a bit of all sorts really, everything we do. Well, today I suppose it's a bit of home life because I'm going to be doing some cooking. I'm going to make cottage pie in the air fryer. Now, I've made cottage pie before, but never ever in the air fryer. And it's first time, so it's a bit of trial and error. So I thought I'd bring you along with me and you can have a look and see whether it works or if it doesn't work. Hopefully it'll work. So what I've done, first of all, I've already put my mince into the pan. I'm going to brown my mince off and add a bit of onion and brown it all off. And then I've got some packet mix sauce and I'm going to add it to it. But I'll show you as I go along what we're doing. So we'll start by browning the mince. So, as you can see, I've got my mince on the pan. I think you can see I'm trying to just to make sure that you can see. I think you can. So I put it into a pan. I don't use a frying pan, and I just put it into a pan. So I'm going to brown the mince off first. Sometimes takes a while to do actually. I don't put no oil to it either, because I think with beef you get a lot of fat out of it anyway. Although I've used only 5% fat beef, it still gets fat out of it. So I don't add no extra to it. And plus when you put the onions in, there'll be a lot of moisture as well. But yeah, it's 500 grams of beef that I've used. So I'm going to brown this off now. And as soon as it's brown, then I'm going to add the onions. So it's simmering nicely now. It's browned off. So I'm going to pop the onions in. Just turn it down a bit while I do that, so it doesn't burn to the bottom. Onions are the onions we've grown ourselves, so I suppose it's a bit of homesteading going on as well there. But yeah, we've grown our own onions. We'll just put half of them in for now, and we'll see what that looks like. See if we need to pour it all in, because it was a nice big onion. It's a beauty when you grow your own. They're massive, and you know, they're so strong. I had to get my husband to do it, chop it for me and everything before he went off to work, because well, they're just too strong for me. They make me cry, and not just cry, but my eyes get really sore, and it can take hours for my eyes to get right again. So I think, oh, I'll let him do it. And because we keep them strung up in the shed as well, so he goes in there to fetch one. So yeah, oh, it's just strong, just taking the cling film off to put it in. So I've put probably just over half the onion in. Some people like to add peas in at this point, maybe some carrots, you know, bit of whatever you like in. But I don't put that in, because you'll always find somebody who won't want to eat it if it's got too much packed into it. So we just tend to go with the onion really. What I do then is serve it up with peas. Peas and a bit of gravy over the top. So yeah, that's coming on nicely. And I mean, don't worry if all your onion isn't all really soft and that when you're doing this bit, because you're going to be putting it in the oven or an air fryer in this case, and it's going to cook more anyway. And as it cools down, they're still cooking. So, you know, the heat's going to cook it lovely. There's no worries about that. So, yeah, I think everything's nicely coated there now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just take it off simmer a minute. And I'm going to go and do the sauce. Just pop it to one side. I'll bring you up. I'm going to go and do the sauce over here. I haven't put the bread maker out yet, because a bread maker. What am I talking about? It's because I was doing bread making yesterday. But the air fryer, I haven't put the air fryer across yet, so we've got a bit more room, you know. Let's bring it down a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Move that to one side because that's what I'm going to be putting the mince in. So there we go. Now you want 300 ml of water. I've got a cottage pie mix. And you add 300 ml of water to it, cold water. So I've done the 300 ml of water. I'm going to sprinkle the cottage pie mix into it and just whiz it round. Trouble, we need a much bigger kitchen. If I could get further back, then you could see me and see what I was doing, but never mind. As long as you can see what I'm doing, that's the main thing. So yeah, I think I got this one as a Tesco. Well, I got it from Tesco, but it's not Tesco make, it's Coleman's. And they do a good range of different sauces and things like that. But what I do want to do, I want to start my garden with a herb garden. Well, start a herb garden, I should say. See if I can sort of, if I just bring it up a little bit. So yeah, I want to start a herb garden. I did have a herb garden, but it didn't really work out so well. Things are dying off, and I don't think the area I put it in was very good. So what I'm thinking, because I don't want too many herbs, I only want what I use. So I'm going to see if I can grow them in some big pots on my patio, because you find they flower nice and they smell nice, so it'll make the patio area quite nice. And so I'm thinking, well, what I use, because I've already got mint on there, although I've got a feeling it's died off, but thought what I do use, I will grow. I thought if I can find some nice herbs and things to make my own sauce for cottage pies or whatever I'm making, then that would be quite good. So yeah, I think we mix that enough. You just mix it so all the lumps have gone. So what I'm going to do now is go across back over here, and we'll pour it into the pan. There we go. It's all moving you around, isn't it? Up, down, around. See if we can get you right again so you can see. And I'll just bring that back up to simmer a minute. Just turn it up a little fraction, I think. That's it. Because we do want it to thicken. So we're going to pour the sauce into it, the mix. Make sure it's all in. And we're just going to stir it, really just keep it like this now until it thickens up. Make sure it's all coated well, and it should thicken nice then to be able to put into the bottom of the bowl. So we'll just thicken that. Right, so it's thickened up. I'm going to pop it into my casserole bowl. I'm using the 2-pint one that I used last week for the bread and butter pudding, because I don't think it'll fit a bigger one in, and I haven't got a square one. That's something I must look for, actually, a square shaped one. We'll see what we can get in. I might not be able to get all of the mince in it, I don't know. We'll see what we can get in. So I'll just swing it down, you can see that, and we'll see what we can get in. We'll just pour it in. I might get all in, actually. Oh, I might do. There's a bit more left there. We'll scrape that out and we'll put that bit in. That will do. I always think, even when they put the mix in, it thickens up. I always think, oh, it looks a bit runny, you know, but it always seems to set. It always has done before. This might be the one time it doesn't. But probably is quite a bit of mince in there, but we'll pack it with some potato. So what I'm going to do potato wise, normally I just peel potatoes and boil them and mash them myself, but I've got these tubs of smash that need using up. This is a brand new tub. I've got 2 of them. My daughter, she only likes smash. She wouldn't eat any other kind of potato. She's very difficult to feed, quite finicky in what she eats, and she'll only eat smash. Well, of recent, my husband has been substituting smash with real potatoes, and she's been eating it. So now she knows that she's been eating real potatoes and she likes real potatoes. She doesn't like the smash anymore. But I've got these 2 brand new tubs, because you know when somebody's willing to eat something, if you've got an awkward eater, and then suddenly they'll say, oh, I like that, I'll eat that. You suddenly get loads and loads of it in, and end up having to try and use it on other things because they go off on something else. But anyway, I've got these. So I think the best thing to do is to use them in cooking, really. I mean, one thing with smash, don't really eat smash, but I have eaten it. Like if you go on holiday and you go to restaurants sometimes, and especially on the holiday parks, they tend to use smash things like that, where they can make a lot of potato very quickly. And one time it used to be quite salty, but it isn't as salty as it used to be. So I don't mind using it. We'll use it on top of here. So what I'm going to do, I've just boiled the kettle. Actually, it's popped me thing there. See, that will set better as it cools. So what I'm going to do, I'm not very good at this smash making malarkey, because like I say, I use real potatoes. So I'm just going to boil the kettle back up. I'm going to have to guess how much potato I'll need. If I've got some left over, it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to have to guess roughly. I've got no measurements for it. We'll just bring it down. And I'll just pour some water in. I think we're going to need quite a bit, but if I can do it in 2 lots. She says, fill in the bowl. Now I've got quite a bit of water in there. I'm not sure how much is in there pint wise, but 2 pints maybe. About 2 pints of water. So I'm going to have to guess now. What I'll do is this is where it's awkward, because I do it with my right hand. I've got to try and tip them with my left. I try and keep stirring. I don't know if any of you have ever used like instant potato. Right then, we'll pop it on. I've put more in it. It's still a bit runny for my liking, but we'll see. I can't put the old tub in, surely not. But at least it's going round. I'm not sure I really like this compared to one done properly, because it's making my mince come over the edge. Oh dear. I could do with a bigger bowl. I normally got a big square one, but I can't fit the big square one in the air fryer. That'll do it, I think, or I'm going to have it all going over. This is the thing now, is it going to go over in the air fryer? I've got a feeling this side here, can you see it? The mince is rising. I think as it gets hotter, it might do. I don't know, because I've not done it in the air fryer before. Put all in there, all the pots to sort out then. Dishwasher will sort them out. So put that over there. I'm going to have to move things around a bit now, and I'm going to bring the air fryer up and we'll see if it works. Right, so pie's ready. It's all good to go in. We'll do it. So we'll pull this out. Oh, do you know, every time I forget to take out this grid. Let's pop it there. A nice pile of pots to wash as well. Right, so we're going to pop it in there. Do it corner to corner. Put it in. I've had a look at the times, what the time said on the packet mix to cook it, and I've used a conversion table, so hopefully this works. So we'll just pop it on. Can you see? See if we can see. And it says, we'll get air fry first, I must remember to do that, to cook at 160 degrees. So that's 160, and it's going to be for 24 minutes. So, oh, I'm going the wrong way. Huh. Can you see all right? There we are. And then we'll just switch it on. And we'll see what happens. I don't know, I'm a bit not sure this time. But we'll come back to it in 25 minutes and we'll see. Right, so it's beeped. Let's have a look what's happened. Oh, I'm dreading this. Ooh. Turn you down a bit. Let's have a look. Oh, have we gone over? I can't see that we have actually. Turn you down a bit more. I don't think we have gone over. It's amazing if we haven't. I'm going to lift it out. Let's just get my hands under it. Ooh. Right. Somebody had suggested to me about putting silver foil, like making foil handles when I put it in the pan so I can lift it out, but I'm not sure because it's really heavy and I don't know whether it would have supported the weight. I did think about it, but I thought because I'm not sure, I'm not going to risk it unless I'm doing something a bit lighter. So it appears to have run a little bit down that edge there. Can you see that? But other than that, it seems to have cooked lovely. So I'm going to let that cool down, and then I'm going to spoon some on a plate and we'll do a taste test. So we'll see you in a while. So pie's nice and cool now, so I'm going to pop some on a plate. Might be better bring you closer and just turn you down actually, so you can see better. Can you see that okay? So we're going to cut a bit. Don't want to cut too much. Because of the way I'm filming, you perhaps can't see the pie there? Really nice. I often worry when it comes out of the oven because it looks quite runny, and I think, oh, will it set? Will it be runny? But it's not too bad. I mean, obviously you can see here, you get your looser bits, but you want those bits to go with your potato. You don't want it dry. So pop it like that, and as you can see in the pie itself, set nicely. So we'll pop that there. A giant spoon. I'm used to cooking in the oven and I have great big dishes and things like that, so I have the big spoons, and now I'm having to get used to the sizes in the air fryer and can't get used to it, so I've got these smaller bowls and bigger spoons, and oh dear, I've got to work it all out. And it's the same, like I was worried I've got too much mince in this bowl because I'm not used to cooking in this bowl. I'm used to a big oblong one, but you get used to it. The only way to do that is by making things and doing things, isn't it? Otherwise you're never going to get used to it. So if I can find a small spoon, I'm going to take a taste of it and see what I think. Like I say, normally I use real potato, but because I've got all this smash, we're going to try it with that. That's really nice. I like that. Take a bit of that tater. Actually, I can't tell that is smashed. It's quite creamy. I think because I've done it in the butter, mashed it with butter afterwards, I think that's given it that extra flavour, and that's really nice. I do like a cottage pie. That tastes really lovely. And the onions and the mince together, and then the sauce, oh, tastes really nice. But like I say, I want to grow some herbs where I can start making my own sauce mixes to go in things like this. So yeah, that's really nice. I'll definitely do that again in the air fryer. Like I say, when I first took it out, I was a bit, as it's set, and it had bubbled a little bit, you know, and thought, oh. But it's a case of just getting the right amount into the bowls. Like I say, I've got to get used to the size of the bowls because I'm used to doing in bigger ones. So once I get used to the portions to put in, and it'll be fine. But it's all trial and error, and we're all doing it together. So if you've got any suggestions and little tips that are useful to myself and to anybody else reading them, please drop them down below. I love to read them all, and I'll put them all into practice when I do these things again. Then I will put them into practice. So I find them really useful, as I'm sure a lot of you do read them. So that's great. Thank you ever so much for watching. Now I shall see you now on probably Monday. We'll aim for Monday. What I want to do, somebody's asked me if I'll do a homeschool day, because well, you know, I homeschool anyway, and Mondays tends to be the homeschool videos, Mondays or Tuesdays, but it seems to be falling in a slot of Monday, so I'll aim for Monday. But like I always say, if you don't see me Monday, I'll definitely be there on Tuesday, but I'll aim for Monday, and we'll do a homeschool day, a day in the life of, so you can see how Sean works through. Well, she'll work all day because you get done quicker in the morning than, you know, in school. Everything you do all day in school gets done quicker. It's done by dinner time. But I'll show you what we do on a timetable. I'll pick a day out. Well, it might not be Monday. It might be, I might do it tomorrow and ready for Monday, so that you can see. Otherwise, you'll be waiting all day. But yeah, I will do one, and you can have one of the days in the life, and you'll see what she does with the work and how she does it, how we start the day and what we do throughout the day and that kind of thing. So that'll be next Monday. All being well, that'll be Monday. If not Tuesday, but we'll aim for Monday. And then later in the week, actually, I think next week is the start of the gardening collab. So I will be doing a quick view around the garden, and in with that, I'll show you what's happening with hoppers as well, how that's going, and all the updates on that. And also we'll do another cooking session with the air fryer. Whether we'll chuck the bread maker, and I don't know, maybe not. Perhaps not next week, we won't get time with doing the gardening collab, but we'll definitely do the air fryer probably Thursday next week, and we'll see what else we can cook, because I'm starting to enjoy doing these dishes. And so far so good. We've not had no disasters yet, but shouldn't speak too soon. So anyway, thank you for watching, and have a good weekend. And if you do catch me for the homeschool videos, I'll see you on Monday. If it's for the cooking, I'll see you on Thursday. Or if you just fancy watching what's happening out and about in the little urban homestead, and how we're progressing with hoppers, and that's the business that we're trying to build up from home. We're going to be starting. If you want to catch any of those, then that'll be sometime in the week, but I'll update you. So thank you for watching. Have a good weekend and take care of yourselves. Bye.